Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to our weekly chats. I'm so happy that you could
Yay!
join us. Yay, 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 yay,
Yes,
yay. And before we get going, we're going to remind you again, like we always do, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe below. And if you don't want to miss any of our chats, hit that bell notification. We'd love
ding.
it if you would subscribe to us. And today I'm drinking, what tea am I drinking today? I'm drinking an organic licorice root tea. And I've already shared this with you before, but I like licorice. As you all know, there's a theme to all my
Yes,
teas, licorice. So this is
yes,
organic and it's licorice root, and that's all it has in it. So I don't need to explain to you what's in it.
perfect.
Okay. And cheers to you, Gloria. Cheers to everyone out there.
Cheers to you too, as my cup disappears. Woohoo!
Oh, there you go. And what are you drinking today, Gloria?
Well, I found some more of that wonderful sweet rose that you and I love.
Tulsi Sweet
Oh,
Rose. Yummy.
yes. Rosetta and I just fell in love with the smell. And the like hers is just licorice. This is organic Egyptian rose. So I
That's
guess they
all it
crunch up the
is.
rose petals, you know.
Nothing else added to it. That's it.
No, it's non-GMO, USDA, organic. It's got all the proper stamps for excellence. So cheers.
Cheers again, everyone.
So, as always, we like to kick off our chat with Ellen. Ellen reminds us to be kind to one another and to listen to one another. And that's what Rosetta and I hope that we all can do. There are strange times in the United States. However, we believe and know if we all just take a deep breath, everything's going to be okay. So, Ellen, since season 18 began, and I know some of it's COVID, she's missed a few of her shows. Sometimes Twitch is the host. And Monday, what was her name? Sarah Silverman, I
Sarah
think.
Silverman was hosting for her on Monday.
Yes. She was really interesting. She had on her outfit. She had on these tights and the short top. And I thought, wow, if you sneeze, you're going to show America and the world everything you got. And then she shared that they were skorts, but it was different, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that Ellen has kicked off for season 18 that I think is fantastic, she's calling it Hyundai Thanks Fun Days, where she, in collaboration with Hyundai, will be giving away cars. So earlier this week, Ellen recognized the Terry family. This family is the father is Jerwayne and the mom is Shawanda. They have two children of their own and they adopted five additional children. And Ellen, working with Hyundai, gifted them a Hyundai Palisade SUV. That's the top of the line Hyundai SUV and $50,000 in cash. Jerwayne is a firefighter and a paramedic. In addition to that, because he has 7 kids, he works 2 additional jobs. So, through the grace of Ellen's giving, I know that that car and that money is going to positively affect their lives.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And Hyundai company car is, it never used to be that big of a deal. I mean, that brand was never really like, oh yeah, I got to buy a Hyundai, right?
Right.
Now through Ellen and over the years, more and more people have started to realize, oh, Hyundai, and I see more and more out on the roads nowadays. So that's good that
Yeah,
Ellen is partnering up with this specific company and trying to get the name out there. So that's good.
absolutely.
Good for you, Ellen, and great for that family who got that because it's much needed. And did you say they have 5 adopted kids and 2 of their
Yes.
own?
Yes.
Wow,
Yes,
7 kids. And
kids.
didn't you and I think she was pregnant on the
She's
show.
currently pregnant with a little girl.
Wow, so that's baby number 8. It's going to be like that show on TV, 19 and
Eight is enough.
counting.
Remember that one? Eight is enough. Because it was like, the between the parents, they were like, eight is enough. And I thought that was a cute name for a show.
Wow, yeah.
Yes. So just for a little fun, a little levity, Rosetta and I checked out the new Bachelorette. Not from the beginning of the season. We just checked out the recent show because everyone was stunned when Claire met a guy the first night. His name was Dale. And she's like, he's the one. He's the one I've been looking for my whole life. And Chris Harris is like, whatever, keep meeting the guys. However, her feelings for Dale just, dulled in comparison to the guys. So they all kind of felt left out. Well, she made a decision that she was done. She wanted Dale. She didn't want to continue on The Bachelorette. So they had to find a new girl, which we told you about. And last night was her, or I should say, last night was her coming out. So she got the opportunity to meet the 16 guys that were left from Claire's season. And Chris brought in 4 new guys. And so the new guys are having to battle with the old guys. It's going to be an interesting term of events.
Well, I think that it's going to be interesting because my theory is that some of these guys, I don't know why they're staying on from Claire's previous episodes because they were there just for Claire.
Right.
And I think they're fooling themselves if they think that they can find love with Tasha.
Yes.
Because they still have feelings for Claire. That's why they came on the show. Now I can understand the new guys coming on. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
But Claire and Dale are going strong. And
and one of the guys actually, told her last night, I don't think it's fair for you if I stay here because I have feelings for Claire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good because I did not see yesterday's show.
Yes.
But that's good to know because that's really being his authentic self. It wouldn't be
exactly.
It really wouldn't. So good for you, and we'll see what happens, and we'll keep you all updated. And if you watch The Bachelorette and have any feedback, put it below in the comments.
Let us know what you think.
Yes.
We're always looking for, oh my God moments. And we're going to put the link down below. There is an area in California where people go kayaking. And so they're kayaking and this whale comes out of the water and just kind of bumps the kayaker. It looks like he's going to swallow it. And then it goes back under the water. And then a week later, same photographer, videographers out. The people are just kayaking and hanging out in the water. A humpback whale comes up, the mist comes out of the blowhole, and then he just goes back under. I mean, it's kind of, scary because if he was violent or if he was a carnivore, people would be in trouble because they would be eaten. It's almost like he's just kind of playing. So it's just a, oh my God moment. So we thought we would put that in the link below and share.
And when I first saw the video, on first looks on the video, you really think that he's swallowing up the kayakers.
Yes.
But you have to really do a slow-mo and you see that he's not really.
True. So one of the reasons that was an aha moment is, with all the things going on with global warming. And I have to tell you, the last time I called it ETA, it's called ETA. And I was like, whatever.
Hurricane ETA.
I know, ETA. So it's ETA. No, it's ETA. So Hurricane ETA was out in the ocean. It was a hurricane. So as it came closer to the Florida Gulf, the tip, they were saying it was downgraded to a tropical storm. Well, ETA is like, no, I'm not done yet. So ETA is gaining force. So now, and also they thought it would just kind of go just lightly up the coast, the outward coast of the United States. Now it looks like it's going to be like the previous ones, and it's going to make landfall into Florida. So our thoughts and prayers are with everyone. We hope you will all be safe. They're still saying anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain or more. So the last time they said that it was waist level. So if you see standing water, just don't drive in it. I see so many stranded cars. I would just turn around.
Well, we saw on TV that they were actually people was kids had their it's like they were making it like a pool, like a swimming pool,
Oh yeah. It
and
was
then
like they
kids
were having
yeah,
fun.
and people were actually biking. I wouldn't even bike because you don't even know where it's going to drop and when you're going to like you could I don't know. It's dangerous to me. I could you could kill yourself.
I agree. I think it's very dangerous. So I'm like you. I'm out. Standing water, I'm out. I'm done. I'll go the other way.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, so um we're going to show you a little video, but first, I just want to kind of set the stage. We want to do our weekly COVID update. So please wear your mask. Um, what the doctors are saying now, and I want people to realize it's not that the doctors are lying. The doctors have been lying to us. As you know more, you share more. So initially, they didn't think masks would have any effect. And then they came out, and the head of the CDC said, he held a mask in his hand and he said, this little mask could save 100,000 lives right here in the United States if everyone would wear a mask. So please, please, please wear your mask, because what they're saying is it's not just to protect other people from you, it also protects you from others. So this mask is it's the source right now to keep us all safe. So here in Northern California, we're starting to see some trends coming back. Grocery stores are preparing for shortages again. I went out last week. I was looking for, some paper towels, no biggie. They were out of paper towels by 11 a.m. So they're saying paper towels, toilet paper, bleach, hand sanitizer, Lysol, those things are starting to dry up, as well as some of the food supply. So please don't hoard. Just get what you need. Only take what you need. They're saying they learned from the first round and they're going to do much better this time.
Oh yeah, because I
So,
haven't seen any shortages in my area, but that's coming. I'm sure it's going to come.
yeah, well, hopefully, if we all work together, we'll be okay. We hope. So, we always like to give you the numbers. So, we start out with worldwide 51,375,050 confirmed cases of COVID-19, which has globally led to the loss of lives 1,270,167. In the United States of America, we have had 10,241,488 cases of COVID, which has resulted in 239,618 loss of lives. Now, Rosetta and I, we live in California. So let me give you our stats. Right here in California, we have had 981,297 confirmed cases of COVID-19. That has resulted in 18,021. No, that's not right. I'm missing a number. No, I know it's a little bit higher, but the numbers were shifting. So 18,021 loss of lives, plus or minus. The great thing about us here in California, our governor is about testing, 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 testing. So we have tested 20,094,641 Californians. And our positivity rate is around 4.86%. The governor likes us under 5%. Now, early last week, we were at 3.27. All of the United States of America is going up again with COVID. Some of it is because it's colder. So people are going inside. People are thinking, I don't have it, you don't have it, let's hang out together. I was watching the Notre Dame football game, and I was like, congratulations, Notre Dame, you won the game. However, that was not a good scene to see the children running out on the field, some with masks, some without, no social distancing. And a young man was talking and he said, I got swept up. I was so excited. And unfortunately, he tested positive for COVID. So you need to reset all of your processes that say, if the person is young, I don't have to worry about my child. They can't get it. Yes, they can. So now Notre Dame is trying to figure out, how do they tell the parents, let the children stay at school? Because if all the kids in all the schools start going home, it's not going to be pretty
It's
for
a
all of
super
us.
spreader.
Yes. And it's our children, and it's so hard to be in an environment where you want to be with your family and love your family, and you can't. Thanksgiving is coming up, and my family, we're already starting to have the conversations because we don't want to get anyone sick. We want to be together. We just don't think we should. We want to be safe. Now, some people are all excited about the vaccine. Woohoo! I had a person tell me, oh, I don't have to worry about it anymore. We have a vaccine. No, no, no. So Pfizer has a vaccine that they have said is 90% in, I don't want to say eradicating, because they're not really saying it eradicates COVID-19, but it's a COVID-19 vaccine. 90% is the ratio from the people who had it and how many percentage of them were cured or they were able to, move on with their lives. Now, Pfizer's vaccine is a 2-shot process. You get a shot, you have to wait 21 days, you get the second shot. The problem also is it has to be stored at 95 degrees below zero. So Good Morning America, George Stephanopoulos, had the president of FedEx on the show. And he's like, are you ready to once they start making them, to, get them on planes and, using FedEx and UPS ground and UPS air, how are you going to get this? And he says it's going to be challenging. And just because they have the vaccine, they still have to manufacture it. So they're saying best case is April of next year. So please continue to wear your mask, wash your hands, and most important, social distance. We all miss hugs. I miss hugs so much I could just sit and start crying right here now. I want to hug Rosetta and I can't. So we feel you. Just be safe.
Yep. We have, yeah. Again, like Gloria said, I'm just listening to this because it's like this vaccine thing has been going back and forth, and people have been saying, yeah, and we do have someone at the top saying we're rounding the corner. We're rounding, and we got this vaccine by the end of the year, and it's ready to go. We have
No, by
military
November
ready
3rd,
to.
we're going to have
Yeah.
it. Remember?
Yes.
November 3rd. We were going to have, everyone was going to be fine. All the kids could go back to school. We could all go back to work.
Yeah. So it's not, and just be patient, and we want to do it right the first time. We don't rush into anything. That's the big thing. Don't rush into it. Make sure that it's got all the testings, and I probably wouldn't get the vaccine until it's like the majority of people are saying yes. I wouldn't do it unless Fauci does it. I'm telling you.
Dr. Fauci was on, and they asked him straight out, are you going to take this Pfizer vaccine? And he goes, I have to look at the data. I have to look at the science. If the science proves out, if the data proves out, he goes, I will take the vaccine and I will recommend it to my family. So until he recommends it to his family, a lot of people are not going to just jump up and have the vaccine.
Right. He's the person to watch out for. If he takes it, maybe I might consider taking it. There
Absolutely.
you go. There you
Absolutely.
go. Yeah.
So you would have had to have been under a rock not to realize what happened in the United States of America last week. Americans took to the polls. Americans voted more in the last election than we have in the history of the right to vote. Over 145 million citizens voted. And those citizens elected President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. So everyone's very excited. President-elect Biden is talking about COVID, how to get this virus under control. He's talking about unifying and uniting the United States of America, getting us all to work together and to like he talks about Congress, stepping across the aisle, working, collaborating. It is so wonderful to hear respect and honoring of people versus, being nasty. So unfortunately, the current president has not conceded. He thinks that the votes were rigged. He doesn't believe it. And every time he says, well, we're going to delay it, more votes are coming in for President-elect Joe Biden. I think that at the point that they call the election, say, for example, President-elect Biden had, I think he had like 70 million, and now he's at 74, almost 75. And it's continuing to go up. The more they count, the more votes are coming in for him. So eventually, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
What, I don't know. But President-elect Biden says for us, the citizens, not to worry about it. He goes, don't worry, I got this. And he smiles. So I guess he's got it.
Yep, I think he has it. And before we move on, I wanted to go back to the COVID because we did not show that chart.
No, I wanted to go back to I wanted to talk a little bit about the voting and how Vice President-elect, he calling him Vice President, President-elect Biden, his number one priority is the COVID.
Yes.
So now we're going to show you a little video, and I hope it's as impactful for you as it has been for Rosetta and I.
Yeah, we're going to show you this, and I'm going to actually share my screen, and I'm going to talk you through this. So let me find it. Whoops, where did it go? Okay, so this is a chart, and it's showing, let's see if it comes up. It's a chart by, I'm going to pause it. Well, I'm going to pause it here for a minute because I want to explain it. What it is a chart since of June of this year, and it's going to go right until today's date. So whatever date we're on, it goes up until that date. And I'm going to scroll up here a minute. It says COVID cases since June, total cases per million since, yeah, so that's what it is. And then the red and the blue goes Democratic and Republicans. I'm going to show you, I'm going to let it play a little bit. Let me go back to June, and you can see at the top is Massachusetts. And I'm going to let it run a bit. And this is in real time. Let's run it a bit.
Yes.
Okay, so it says June the 4th, 5th, 6th. It's going to keep going, right?
Yeah,
All
it's
these
kind
states,
of 50,
Arizona.
50. Yeah, kind of 50-50.
Yep, Arizona's on top, then Arkansas, Alabama keeps going. Then I'm going to fast forward it to, let's see, September. Okay, you see the very top is Florida, how it changes. California is right there.
Wow.
Under Oklahoma. So it keeps changing every day. Now we're going to fast forward it to November. November the 6th, 7th, you see who's on top? North Dakota, South Dakota. So it ends on November the 10th, and this is what it is. That's the chart. And we're going to post this chart in the comments below so you can have it on hand if you want to see it. See, it sets back to June all the time, but I wanted to go back to November the 10th. North Dakota, South Dakota is where the highest numbers of COVID are. Wisconsin, and the very bottom is blue is Illinois, Massachusetts. So take a look at this on your own time, and we'll post it so you can see and have it handy so you can see the timeline from June until whatever day you're looking at.
But that's, and we would love for you to comment below. What do you think of this? Some of the states, and one of the things is I would love for us to become purple. Purple is my favorite color, and purple is the blending of red and blue. And I think we all have to blend together to get out of this and to go to the next level. So, This is not us posting saying we're red or we're blue people. We're just showing you what is happening, because if someone tells you you can't get the virus, your behavior is one way, versus if someone said to you, not only can you get it, but you could give it to your child, you could give it to your mom or your dad, and they will die. A 17-year-old child just died from COVID. This has no boundaries. So we want you to see what the states are doing right now, because it doesn't show it as much as it really is. El Paso, Texas, they're ordering freezers for bodies because the hospital morgues can't keep up with the rate right now. That is very sad, when wearing a mask and social distancing could have prevented some of those people getting sick.
Yeah. So really, again, I want to reiterate what Gloria said. This is not about the red and the blue states. It's showing you the number of cases since June. We just want to show you, this is the chart. And it was created by a man called Dan Goodspeed. So Dan Goodspeed created this, and we'll post the link below.
Yes.
But we'll stop sharing and we'll go back to our chat. So that's a little chart we wanted to show you because we thought that was very, very poignant.
Yes, yes. And, when I hear people, like we were saying earlier, who believe that there's going to be this, get free out of jail card for all of us, and it's going to happen instantly, that's just not the truth. And we all have to be careful. We have to be careful.
Yes, we do.
So now, that we've kind of, given you the chart and wrapped up a little bit about COVID, to kind of go back into the election, even though President-elect Joe Biden is the president based on what the people have said, the current president is unwilling to concede right now. He's requiring states to go back in and recount the votes. Even though some people have said that his inner circle has said it's over, it's done, just let it go. He's not willing to let it go. And in addition, he's making some very serious changes at the Pentagon, firing people over Twitter. That is very concerning. I don't care if you're red or blue. You shouldn't want anybody believing that they can just willy-nilly our lives. So, Mr. President, current, please, please think about what you're doing with your actions, because the citizens of the United States of America listen to you. And if you tell them that they can't get COVID and they don't have to worry about wearing no mask, they're not going to wear the mask. In addition, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz have also come out and said, the president is well within his rights to fight the election. Mike Pompeo has also come out and said, and he did like a little Freudian slip, and he said that there will be a smooth transition to the second Trump term. And, of course, they've been, people have seen the video. So people are going back and saying, what?
Yeah, what
are you talking about? So if the president had people around him that would tell him the honest truth, I think that the transition would be smoother than people trying to fake the funk, for lack of a better term. Because the election is over, the people have spoken, the more votes they count, the more President-elect Joe Biden is winning.
Yeah, and even his wife, Melania, and his son are telling him to concede.
Yes.
They're saying, please concede, and he's not. So,
and people all over the world leaders are calling President-elect Biden and saying congratulations. They're posting on social media. And I hope President Biden, hear me, please, President Biden, do not run the country on Twitter. Please.
No, I don't think he's going to.
Media.
No, he's not going to do it. I think Trump is the only one that does that. I've not seen any president before our current one that has done that. And Joe Biden has, I think he has a bit more respect than to do that.
I hope so.
Well, we hope so, but I think that that's not his style. I don't think that's his style, because I think Trump was already Twittering way before he was president.
Yes, he was. And I think he just carried it over. And
Yeah.
instead of the current administration on the Republican side should have said, that's not how we do business here, and just shut it down from the beginning, they let it go. And then by the time they wanted to shut it down, they couldn't. So everyone should learn a good lesson from that. And the next thing we want to talk about, Rosetta and I have just, with all the things that are going on right now, and you look at people and you try and figure out what makes people tick. What are people doing that I say the sky is blue, and one person hears me say the sky is blue, and the next person says, no, that's not what she said. She said it's kind of blue. What is it that causes us not to hear the truth? Because what's going on right now is very, very sad. I always think about back in I think it was like the 70s, there was a minister named Jim Jones, and he took his congregants from San Francisco, his church, all his people, and they moved to Ghana. And what he did is, he was crazy. He got them all to drink Kool-Aid and they died. It was mass suicide. And then he took his own life. What makes people just blindly follow people? And what's the difference in the distinctions between the have and the have nots? There are people who are very talented that don't get the opportunity to like be a star. There are people who are very beautiful who don't get the opportunity to reflect that beauty in the world. So Rosetta and I, we've been thinking, and we'd love for you to comment below as we talk about this. What do you think about the haves and the have-nots? The individuals that have had a gold spoon in their mouth their entire lives versus, say, Oprah Winfrey, self-made woman, Tyler Perry, self-made man.
Yeah, we've been talking about this, and we it's something that we really want to express, because it's hard when we are born into a family and we don't have a leg up to begin with. We don't have a silver spoon in our mouth. And we were just discussing, Gloria and I, about, look at Beyonce with Blue Ivy. She's had so many leg ups because she's in the industry, she has connections, and other kids that are born to famous people, they already have a leg up. For normal people like us, it's hard to do that. And we're just thinking, wow, look at these people that have, which is why it makes it even more poignant when we look at people like Oprah, like you said, and Tyler Perry, and all these people that are self-made millionaires. That's what we wanted to point, self-made millionaires. That's what we wanted to point out.
Yes. And I mean, who would have thought? I mean, if someone had said to Tyler Perry when he lived under his father's house, underneath, outside, in the dirt, because his dad was abusive, or, who said to Oprah Winfrey that one day you would be a billionaire and you will be so popular that you will not have to have a two name recognition. You'll just be known by your first name, Oprah. I mean, that is hard. That is hard. And they're both Black people. We can even use Ellen. I remember Ellen has done conversations where she talked about, trying to fit into the stereotype of what people saw when they saw her, and how she was on her show. And she was, they made a joke out of it because she was like a straight woman on the show, and all of a sudden she said, I'm gay, and she came out. And when that happened, her show went from #1 all the way down. And that takes a lot of stick-to-itiveness to work to get back up. I mean, to work very hard. And then there are people who, no disrespect to little Blue Ivy, her life is set.
Didn't you tell me that she's already won some award or something?
she's been nominated for an Oscar for The Lion King that her mom did, and her mom wrote a song and she sang on the song. So if the song would win or would have won, she would have been considered an Academy Award winner.
Right, right. And we're not, just for everyone watching here, we're not hating on those people, right? We're
No,
just
no,
distinguishing that people that are born or have a silver spoon, when they're born, it's much easier. It's much harder for normal Joe Schmoes, right? To
right,
to do what, had we been given that leg up, we may have been a different story, right?
right. Like, okay, like Drew Barrymore. I love Drew. I love her movies. Not a really big fan of her current show, but that's just because she hasn't hit her groove, because it's just that's not her thing. But when it comes to acting, I think she's a great actress. Now, when she was a little girl, she was just on all kinds of drugs, and she would show up and she would just be toe up. Now, most people who were going, regular people who were going through that, they wouldn't have the life that Drew has today, because they would have been put in jail after jail after jail. Their future would have been over.
Right, right.
Yeah. However, the Barrymore family, which is so rich, it didn't matter what she did. Even when she acted out, people would say, "Oh, she's a Barrymore." Oh, nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and that reminds
So
me of another.
it's
Sorry, go
uh-huh.
ahead. We're
No,
delayed
no,
here. This is
please.
what
No, no,
technology is.
please.
I just wanted to say it's a bit like the other actress, Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Like she's been in and out, been in rehab, and she's had many times where she's been given second and third and fourth chances, right?
Right. And a lot of people think of her from when she did the Parent Trap. She was such a cute little girl, and so even though she's a grown woman now and she's making different choices, they are still hanging in there with her to give her another chance. Oprah even gave her a chance.
Yes.
So, I don't know how what's the wiring. I just know that when I was a little girl, I was born and raised in the South. And in the South, everybody was kind to everybody. Whether, there, of course, racism has been around my life, my entire life. However, people were not mean and vindictive. You could tell, they would give you the look like, don't come near me. And you'd be like, I don't really want to come near you. It was like we agreed to disagree kind of thing. And now all of a sudden, it's like the really, really rich are just, they've just kind of disconnected. A friend of mine said that there's only one gene that differs between a serial killer and a billionaire. And I was like, And he says, well, think about it. A serial killer is all about the kill, the next kill. A billionaire is all about the next dollar. We went through COVID, and a lot of the billionaires did really well. They did not lose any money. In fact, they made money. They're coming out with the quarterly results. They made money. They did really good. So how do you get people to love, respect, and honor each other like we used to? Because our whole premise of being the United States of America is at risk because we're not united.
Well, let's hope going forward, as of January, we're going to be united. And
Yes,
Joe Biden's going to be the one to unite us. Yeah, I'm looking forward
yes.
to that. I am. So we'll,
I,
we're gonna, have good thoughts, positive thoughts, and look forward to a new ruler in our
yes,
state.
absolutely. So yesterday on Ellen, we always like to start and stop with our girl. She had a little boy on the show. His name was Sam White. And his dad taught him an alphabetic rap song. However, it's not like your typical A, B, C, D, E, F, G song. This song was where he took A was for an architect, B was for a biochemist, C was for a computer design engineer. And his dad was, his goal was to teach his son that he could do anything he wanted to do in life. So of course, it got millions and millions of views. So it came on Ellen's radar. So she had the dad come and sit with her and the little boy, and then she had the mom join them, and then Ellen gave the little boy books, because she's like, I want you to go to college. I want you to fulfill whatever desire you have in life. And she asked him, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And because she was like, well, what do you like to do? And he goes, I like to read, I like to play, I like to watch TV. He didn't watch the Ellen show, so of course she plugged her show to him. And she said to him, so I want to make sure that you're going to have a good life. So he says, I want to be an architect, and after that I want to be a governor, and after that I want to be the president. I think that's pretty amazing for a 6-year-old to know the progression of, I want a career as an architect, then I want to run for office as a governor, and then I want to run for the big office as the president. I was just amazed. It was
Well,
so
someone
cute.
has to have taught that to him, or he must have
Yeah,
learned it from somewhere, because that's quite, I mean, he's exceptional, right? To
yeah,
be able to learn that how to do that song that the parents taught him within 2 weeks. That was a complicated song, I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah.
I
In two
mean,
weeks.
yes, yes. So someone must have taught that to him, but I was shocked, because when he said, I want to be an architect, then a governor, then the president, I'm like, wow, he got the order correct.
Yes. And Ellen wanted to support the family, so she gave him books. She created his own little Sam's reading area, and one of the books had $10,000 to go towards his college.
Nice.
I mean, that's how you change the world. That's how you reinvest in our future. He's a bright little boy.
Yes, he is. He has a very good future ahead of him. I love it when we end off with Ellen and these lovely stories. We need more of that, because
Absolutely.
Ellen's been, of course, like Gloria said, Ellen's been not hosting her shows, and she's had celebrity guests on her show, but we want more of that.
Yes, we want Ellen back. So, as Ellen always says, I feel the love in this room. I send it back to you. Go out and spread it around out there. And that's what we want you all to do. Rosetta and I, we love you all. And we want everyone to have a good life, a good life. And our goal is to go from good to great. We want everyone to be healed. We want the vaccines to work. We just want to know that everybody is loving everybody, everybody's trusting everybody, and we're all going to have a great future together. So go out and make it a great day.
Yep. And as Joe Biden says, let's listen to one another. And Ellen used to say, be kind to one another and listen to one another. So we bring that, all the good, positive vibes to you, everyone watching.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
And thank you everyone for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it. Remember, we're Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And if you love our chats, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe below, and hit the bell notification. And if you have any feedback on anything we've discussed, we always welcome comments and feedback. And don't forget, because we love tea, if any of you want to
Yes.
make tea, sell tea, own a tea shop, we would love to try your teas and review
Yeah.
it on one of our future chats. Just hit us up, email, and we will be glad to respond to you. So thanks again.
Absolutely.
And remember to
To
always
always
keep smiling.
keep smiling.
Bye-bye now. Take care. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.